trusted you, you let me down. So now I'm back on solid ground. Back on solid
And good evening, everybody. Welcome back to those of you who stuck around. Welcome to everybody who is just joining us here for yet another lovely match on the A stream. We've got Puerto Rico versus Florida. Two teams. One of them used to be a little bit of a powerhouse, now a little bit humbled. Tonight, it's Pigeon once again. Joining me, though, is no longer Dio. I have the lovely Hubba Wubba. Hubba, how are we doing tonight?
Doing good, feeling unemployed, so I'm on the late night duty for this beautiful match, Puerto Rico, Florida. Florida, as you mentioned, a little bit of a downturn, but I mean, their strong skill sets remain strong. You're going to be looking at Florida for a lot of the aim and ult picks, as well as a little bit of the hidden, like, free mod reading as well. The free mod ones firmly in their corner, the aim firmly in their corner off the back of players like S. and Zimby, some of the best aim control players in the game period right now, still hanging around that Florida roster. But Puerto Rico, a little bit of a come up, 6-man roster this year. Tepi 20, Zone Lewis, unexpected, a solid trio core for that team, as well as the other three, Jared, Rox, Texmas, and Yuki, filling out their respective mechanics rounds. So I could be excited to see how Puerto Rico performs in their first losers bracket match. If we see the upset of the century, this would be that victory. But Florida looking to remain strong as we see our warm-ups.
Yeah, and just a friendly reminder here, this is going to be a double match happening at the same time. So we have Puerto Rico versus Florida here on the A stream, but over at the B stream is going to be Hawaii versus Kanzuri. Also, I do believe a losers bracket match. So if you are interested in that one, definitely go pay a visit over there or watch both if you're really keen on that. But as far as this one goes, it's just going to be warm-ups. The players are already decided as to what the warm-ups are going to be, as per the rules of this tournament. So hopefully it goes by pretty quickly and we can get into the pick ban phase here for these teams. Really excited to see Unexpected. This is a player who was a personal friend of mine for a long time back when I was kind of newer into the tourney scene. He was around a lot more back in 2018, 2019, kind of disappeared for a little bit and then started to make a reappearance here within the last few years. So really solid core, as you said, Zone Luis, Unexpected, and Ted. Goodness, their name is escaping me. I have to find it.
It's either like we can
Tepi
call
20.
him Thomas. Oh yeah, Tepi 20. Oh, I thought you were referring to the one in the lobby. What, do we call him? I'm just gonna call him Thomas. I feel like that's a Thomas vibe, you know?
Yeah, or Tomas, maybe.
Tomas, maybe. Yeah, I can see Tom. The other side's way easier. Like a Melonberries. Melonberries kind of a fire name.
Oh my goodness, I love melon. Actually, that's not true. I'm not the biggest fan of melons. The only melon I really like is funnily enough, it's winter melon, which is like not even a melon. It's like a gourd fruit. S.Dot's pretty straightforward. MC Conquer, we call them Minecraft, but we wouldn't use their legal name here during this match, I don't think, so we'll just call them MC Conquer.
I always like, I don't know, something about the word conquer. Whenever I team up with him in tournament, I call him MC Conch Shell. he's
a little bit of phonetics.
He's the shell guy for me. Like he's Conch Shell.
Nah, I could see that.
But yeah, a bundle of players that I'm quite familiar with, as well as will be sprinkling in some personal anecdotes from different scrims. Unfortunately, didn't have the chance to scrim Puerto Rico, but Florida had some good times there on previous.
Are we leaking? Are we leaking?
I'm not.
This
is a previous pool. It doesn't. Old pool don't matter.
Oh my goodness.
Old pool don't matter.
Do go on, enlighten me. I'm very interested to hear what insights you have.
I feel as though Florida is hiding a little more reading. They have some reading chops that are kind of untapped right now. There's some untapped potential there on this new roster. Like Nomad 5 is a little scary on this match. pending like Puerto Rican practice, I suppose.
See, but I wouldn't even like this week's quote-unquote reading pick isn't really like reading per se. I think it's much more of a aim map than it is reading. It's just an aim map at lower AR. As far as like proper reading goes, like I think you've got something like Hard Rock 2, which is Hard Rock, so it's not going to be a lower AR. Maybe the free mod one, the anti mod. But yeah, there's not too many routes to go for like pure proper low AR reading. But yeah, the Nomad 5.
Nomad 5
Definitely.
and then a massive drop off, and then like pending easy players, I suppose, but I don't think either side really plays in that ballpark other than like maybe S dot, but like not in match. He'll probably rock like a hard rock in match, but first
Yeah.
warm up down. That was Puerto Rico's warm up, despite the scoreline. S dot 3 miss. Who let this guy cook?
Just a wonderful song. I'm always such a sucker for Koshini. Really, really good artist. Yeah, that's looking pretty good in this warm up. Definitely warmed up, prepared for this match, as I would hope all players are here today. Been a relatively quiet weekend, I think, so far for this year's round of 16 in USC. Most of the matches that you would expect to go one way did end up going that way. There were a couple of upsets, I think. If we're just going off of seeding upsets, very recently here, this previous match between Oregon and New Jersey, Oregon being the lower seeded team, did end up beating New Jersey very handily 5-1. I do believe there was one more earlier in the weekend. I think, what is it? Let me find it. I'm unless I'm just eating my own words here. Yeah, Colorado beating Carolina, seed 11 versus seed 6. And that's just kind of I'm a fancy lad moment.
Also, that Colorado team is like unironically the best tech team in the tournament. Like you're looking at Crestive, Fancy Lad, and Agent 727, formerly known as Spoodermans, who's like kind of gapping leaderboards on 8-star tech maps all the time. Like that is a sneaky good roster for like kind of gimmick and flow maps.
Looks like we're actually already into the pick ban phase here. I did see second ban being the choice from Puerto Rico. I didn't notice if Florida chose first or second pick, but I mean, that'll be pretty quick to find out. Is going to be Puerto Rico with the first pick. So Florida opted for second pick. Puerto Rico Florida banning DT2, which is going to be the pretty much just double time high AR consistency pick. In AR 10.3, and then getting the ban on Hidden 2 from Puerto Rico. We're very, very much respecting some of the hidden players on Florida. You know, there definitely are plenty on Florida. MC Conqueror, S Dot, definitely strong players, and then we're just rapid firing the Nomad 1, just going raw consistency here.
Yeah, this makes a lot of sense. Knowing Puerto Rico's roster, I mean, there's not a ton of like bona fide tournament experience on this roster, but you do have a lot of raw mechanics. You have a lot of 4-digit players confident on maps like this. There's great 7 stars of some map you would farm. I was talking with my team when we were looking through the pool, and they were like, oh hey, this Nomad 1, why do I have a local on this wall? But every single one of them had a local on it, just because it's a little farm map. I mean, it'll be comfortable for a number of these players on the Puerto Rican side. I'm not opposed to this as a first pick at all. The fear comes with picking aim into Zimby S. Duo again. So this map, very volatile, very prone to shit misses. We will have to see if that comes true, and Puerto Rico is able to get a cheeky little 500 in match. Might be a top play for some of these folks.
Yeah, tournament experience or not, I do know at least 2 of the players on Puerto Rico, despite not having any badges on either of them. Unexpected and Zone Luis are both no strangers to the tournament scene. Not so familiar with some of the other names though, but we are getting into this first pick here, and already going to be an immediate trade coming out from S. and Yuki Sakuna from both of these players. MC Conquer dropping right at the very beginning is going to give a slight score advantage towards Puerto Rico. And this one's a very quick one too. It's not a long map at all.
Yeah, but the big stream section, this is going to drop some combos, and it's not the combo Florida needs. Zimby final FC down by technicality, we'll say. Texmas just not able to trade it out, but unexpected versus MC Conquer, and now it's up to this recovery combo on S. The accuracy not great, but the accuracy on Yuki just a little bit lower to equalize it and to start bringing this lead Florida's way. You really need Yuki to lock it in a little bit of third manning, but MC Conquer, biggest combo on the board for Florida down. Unexpected versus S. and Zimby in our final third.
Yeah, will these players be able to hold through here? Unexpected needs to continue to hold on to this full combo. S. on the recovery is matching it. That's why the score lead is not shifting, but MC Conquer going to be dropping more going into the second KI section. S. still holding strong, but Thomas, TXMS, whatever, and Yuki Sakuna both dropping their combos, and that is just not helping Unexpected. Unexpected really needs one of these two players to have been holding onto their combos, and unfortunately, this is going to be the point for Florida, despite Unexpected dropping the FC. 950,000 to boot, and just not enough. There was not enough supporting combo from either of his teammates there on that pick, and that is going to be a point for Florida. Estot was able to get it done with the recovery.
Yeah, and it's mainly off of just these supporting combos. I mean, S. about 140k behind Unexpected, but then you look at the comparison from Thomas to MC Conquer, about a 60k difference, and then the difference between Yuki and Zimby being a near 300k difference. That's where a lot of that score came in for the 150k lead on Florida's end. And now looking to consolidate that breakpoint, have a lot of maps to choose from. The perceived favorite of the match still has some reading inbound based off of these bans, still has hidden 1 if they are trying to focus on that hidden 2 ban, but that hidden 2 map is just hardest in the pool, so maybe a free mod or something along those lines for Florida.
Yeah, they've got plenty of options here. The Nomad 1 not going the way of Puerto Rico is a bit unfortunate, but Hard Rock 2 is very different from the Nomad 1. We're going swing. We're going very technical Hard Rock difficult section, or difficult patterning here in this map. So it's a bit of a switch up, but I do have faith in Florida here with this pick. I think it makes a lot of sense, especially into Puerto Rico, who might not have 3 players who are even remotely comfortable on this style of map.
Yeah, this is leaning into what I've brought up in previous matches, where the Hidden 2, Hard Rock 2, Fremont 2 trio is always going to be picked by the higher seed, because they're just the harder maps in this pool. Or if they aren't picked by the higher seed, they're definitely won by the higher seed. You're looking for some skill cap gaming on this map. Just the swing doubles, so snappy, so volatile, especially with a lot of these repetition stacks. If you're not comfortable on AR10, you're not comfortable and well practiced reading this kind of map, it'll be kind of a culture shock.
Yeah, getting information here, it is just Thomas from what we were butchering any which way. And we did get Thomas in the mix there, so a few times we said it properly, but we'll say that from now on. That was a little bit confusing amidst all of the chaos that was happening at that moment, so my apologies on that. But yeah, it does look like Florida is locked in here. Zimby, Melonberries, and S. going to be representing Florida here on their first pick on the Hard Rock 2. Still needing to see a third player from Puerto Rico. This looks like GLHS have come out, but yeah, we need to see that player, and it is going to be Yuki Sakuna here. Zone Luis stepping in for Puerto Rico. Unexpected as well. Who I imagine we're going to be seeing for most of this match, bar some reading lower AR stuff. So maybe something like the Nomad 2 or the Nomad 5.
For sure. But here we are with our roster. Zone Lewis, notable Hard Rock mechanics player for the Puerto Rican side. Yuki looking to continue hot off of that Nomad 1. Wasn't the greatest performance, but still multi-skilled for this Puerto Rican team and the core. First break going to be from Zone Lewis, though, as they begin becoming aligned with this map, getting comfortable. A second one to come through before the Ki even hits. But this Ki hits hard, and this map is quite short, so that combo is going to start mattering very quickly as the second FC falls for unexpected.
Yep, trades out though with Melon Berries. Is still going to be 2 remaining full combos on the side of Florida versus 1 full combo from Yuki Sakuna. Make that 0 now. Yuki Sakuna dropping the final remaining FC, and accuracies are really struggling here from Puerto Rico. It's just unexpected with a decent 96%, but I mean, all of the players on the side of Florida have pretty much just matching accuracies, and with only Melon Berries to trade out on one of the misses from Puerto Rico, the fact that these players are still missing is pretty much just almost deciding in my brain at least that this is going to be a point for Florida here, consolidating on the immediate break point to start this match. They are going to go 2-0, especially 400,000 up. Second Ki hitting here very shortly with 2 full combos and good recovery. I don't think it's comebackable. I'm just gonna say I do not think this one's comebackable.
Yeah, the accuracy looking a little worse for wear on these extra players. You're seeing a 4% difference minimum on head-to-heads Melon Berries. Fully consolidating Unexpected's combo there. Unfortunately, that break not going to be doing too many favors, but Unexpected to find the triple break for Puerto Rico. Zambi, S. Dot, all eyes on them. Can they confirm this double FC? Unfortunately, not due to my my cursing, but S. Dot still holding on tight, and this score lead is about to hit 1 million.
Yeah, 1 million here is going to be at least the bare minimum of separating these two teams on this pick. You know, will we see one more full combo on this map? We saw Eddie FC it in the previous match against New Jersey. It was almost a 2-way FC from them as well, but it looks to be the exact same scenario for Florida as it was for Oregon. You have 1 miss from Melon Berries, the slider break from Zemby, and then the full combo from S. Dot, and that's just a phenomenal team score, 2.1 million, versus, you know, what ultimately weren't bad scores from Puerto Rico, but it just was not the kind of map that they were ever going to be set up to succeed. So yeah, quick 2-0 to start this one off here from Florida. Looking very strong so far.
Yeah, and I mean, it remains true. The higher skill cap team, perceivably, picking into some of the hardest maps in this pool, coming out on top with that map, and some very strong scores despite their seeding. I mean, of course, they are seed 22, and pulling out some scores to rival some top 10 teams even on that Hard Rock 2. But it's going to be the Nomad 4, second pick for Puerto Rico. I really like this pick for them. You look at the top plays of a lot of these Puerto Rican players, you're going to be seeing your usual stream classics, your epitaphs of the world, your, what's another one? Sidetrack days of the world. This should be a solid map for them based off of that stream consistency that they show off. And Unexpected, been capitalizing on that for the past, like, I don't know, decade. This should be very comfortable on this.
This dude's no stranger to mechanics. It's basically what he was known for back 8 years ago. It's what he's still known for. So just a really good player for this style of pick. Do need to see Puerto Rico hopefully putting a stop to this momentum that Florida has started to build up for themselves. Going down 2 points early on, not always the end of the world, but you have to remember this is still best of 9, so Florida getting these 2 very early points could be the make or break here for whether or not Puerto Rico is going to get out of this loser's bracket or have their tournament lives ended right here. It does look like all these teams are already prepared for this one. Zone Lewis, Thomas, and Unexpected here for the side of Puerto Rico. Izumi, S-Dot, and MC Conqueror going to round out the roster for Florida. QHFs come out, and yeah, map number 3, Puerto Rico. Can they get a point on the board?
Yeah, speaking of Unexpected, S-Dot in for the stream map.
Yeah.
To my knowledge, not really known for their tapping.
I mean, Bashi Man FC'd for Oregon in the match just previously, and I would never have been like, yeah, Bashi Man and he's gonna FC on this kind of map, so.
Oh, like, dude, Bashi Man has like 900 PP like stream plays. He's a flow aimer. That is my stream goat.
thought maybe S thought will change your mind here as first miss going to be coming out here on the side of Puerto Rico. It's going to be Zone Lewis, but really early on, so not too big of a deal. Just going to give a slight head of a score lead here for Florida, especially with the accuracy drops from the side of Puerto Rico.
Yeah, a little worse for wear, but the BPM around 200 and plenty of equal back, plenty of moments in this map that are very tricky to hold combo on. You're looking at the jump section mid streams about that 1/3 mark, the spaced triples striking out a lot of players. You see a lot of over aims on those, as well as the 1/3 section about 2/3 in the 1/3 shift. If you aren't if that's that part of the map where you start to like your eyes start to wander a little, you might miss the 1/3 change and find a little bit of an over aim or note lock there. So lots to break on, plenty for Puerto Rico to come back on as this map continues on.
Yeah, we've seen it in plenty of matches. That 1/3 section, particularly mean, very nasty. This happened about 2/3 away through the map and during the solo section. And as you mentioned, the triples towards the end, just very killer, but yet again, finding another miss on the side of Puerto Rico. This time it's going to be Thomas dropping the full combo, so once more it's going to be unexpected, the lone full combo for his team. Will he be able to get it done? Puerto Rico already down 100,000 though on a 5-minute map, and it's not even halfway through, is really bad. Need to see some misses from Florida. An unexpected dropping the final remaining FC. Sure, you've got Zone Lewis on the recovery, but no FC means that nobody is matching Florida. There goes Zone Lewis, and it's just a complete disaster. Izumi to drop. We'll trade it out. MC Conquer falls finally, so actually not the end of the world, but Estad's still uncontested completely here in this triple section. Do they hit it? They do hit the first set. Do they hit the second set? They do, so that is going to continue here forward with this combo that they've got for themselves, and it's just going to start climbing more and more now.
Yeah, unexpected was the FC that you really needed to hold on here. Tomas doing his best to put on the carry pants, going to be overtaking that top score on the Puerto Rican side, but already a 272k difference. There's not a single player on the Puerto Rican side with 272k score, period. And S. Dot making me eat my words by being the top scorer in the lobby in the current moment.
Yeah, I mean, hey, it is what it is. I did the same earlier in the previous match with Eddie. I was like, you know, I really wouldn't expect Eddie to be in for this pick. I think it was like the Hard Rock 3 or something. I was like, I think maybe Schwartz would have been the player that I would have expected to play it. But then Eddie just comes in and he's like the only person who sees the maps. And it's just like, you know, sometimes what's on paper and what you expect of a player. Here's the 1/3 section, by the way. Catches up, Zone Lewis, Thomas down. Every other player is still holding though with their combos, but that's only going to benefit Florida. And now MC Conqueror drops on the 1/3, gets traded out by Zone Lewis. Still holding though is unexpected, but yeah, I think at this point it's already too far gone here for Puerto Rico. It's not going to be able to get this one, and that is going to be 3 points for Florida, stealing away a second break point.
Yeah, still looking incredibly strong as Florida with that FC and the recovery on Izumi. MC Conquer falling apart a little bit on that 1/3 section, but who doesn't on some jump scare patterns? That's the consistency difference that Estad is bringing to the table for this team, as the score lead balloons to well over 500k. The triple, no, not quite triple, double 99s for Florida, looking incredibly strong accuracy-wise as well. Formidable foe for future mechanics teams, and maybe warding off Puerto Rico from picking some tapping in the future. I don't really see a world where Puerto Rico plays Free Mod 2 or DT3 anymore unless they're going for some old map jank and can combo game it.
Yeah, I do believe Free Mod 2 is still up actually, so
yeah.
And yeah, I agree with you. I don't think that we are going to be seeing that as a future pick from Puerto Rico, but right now we're seeing it, Bubba. The full combo from Estad is as to have been not predicted by either of us, just completely making us eat our own words. And yeah, that's a crazy team score once again from Florida, back to back over 2 million team scores. this Florida team, they might have lost a lot of names and faces that you've all come to know and love from Florida over the years, making them one of the highest rated teams, now one of the lower rated teams as far as seeding goes, but still just popping off, still putting stuff together, making it work for them. And they're up 3-0 very handedly. All three picks so far have been very, very much so one-sided. So where is Florida going to go with this? Honestly, I think it's Hard Rock 1. Just go Hard Rock 1, let it rip.
I could see that. To my knowledge, Hard Rock 1 hasn't been picked yet by any team.
I'm not sure either, actually. That's a good point. Somebody is able to get those stats. That would be interesting to find out. I have not seen it.
Oh, here we. It's yap
all right.
time. Oh, it's yap time.
It's yap o'clock.
I wasn't expecting them to do this.
Yes,
but lower the volume.
We have come to find out that this particular week's Hidden One, despite what YouTube says, actually gets the YouTube VODs taken down, or at least flagged for takedown. So we do have to just kind of talk over it the entire time. It's very unfortunate, and it registers as a different song by the same artist. So you have to imagine it's just YouTube's auto catch system for the takedowns just kicking in. But I mean, I think that overall, like with the volume of the song being set lowered and us being able to yap the entire time, I think that we can really just kind of make sure that doesn't happen here in this match. Hopefully, we'll have to see if it happens for the previous match, as me and Dio were yapping the entire time over that map pick when it was picked from Oregon and New Jersey. So hopefully, if that one doesn't get muted, then surely this one won't get muted. Hubba, what do you have to say?
I'm a believer. I wouldn't waver if I tried. Teppy 20's in the lobby. This is a big gain. Puerto Rico trying to get that full roster inbound for the Hidden One. Zone Lewis, notably a captain for my tournament, the Hidden Hoopla. So Hidden sure to be choppy and well put for this flow aim test, which is part of the reason why I think this is kind of a weird pick for Florida, picking into the Hidden flow aim here. Knowing some of the hidden comfort on this core. You have the Teppy 20 unexpected, Zone Lewis unexpected, mainly a hidden hard rock player by trade. So you see a big bundle of that in his top plays, likely to perform well here, especially with the volatility on some of the flow sections. This Florida core really needs to keep their head on straight for a map like this, where it can really just come down to a single section, as you're already seeing some trades from Teppy 20 and Zimby a little bit uncharacteristically.
Yeah, it is going to be very uncharacteristic, but it is going to be the first time that we see Teppy 20 stepping in here for this Puerto Rico roster, if I'm not mistaken. So maybe a little bit of nerves going into the kind of map where nerves really just kind of shine on such a flow style of map. MC Conqueror does end up going down on the side of Florida. So for the first time here in a little while, we do actually only see one FC on the side of Florida versus one FC now from Unexpected, as Zone Lewis drops the full combo. Unexpected going to fall as I am mentioning that, and it's still actually Zimby on the recovery. It was such an early miss, so not two FCs from Florida, but we are still going to have to wait. The hardest pattern of this map, about halfway through, really destroys combos if you're not prepared for it, and even if you are, you definitely find some misses, as Zone Lewis still struggling. Teppy 20 finding some chain misses of their own. Accuracy is completely failing here for them, so just not doing too good of a time here on this Hidden One, and it's still Esdot on the full combo. Zimby still on this major recovery, and the score lead already 370,000 here. MC Conqueror dropping, Unexpected dropping, the combo, Esdot dropping. That was the hardest stat pattern of the entire map, so not to be too surprised here with so many drops from all of these players, but the only player to come out unscathed from that pattern was Zimby, who is not on the full combo, but still 510,000 is going to be plenty enough to get this team more than a deserved point here, putting them at the match point here. Hubba, how about this? How about this map that we have in front of us?
Yeah, this is Zimby coming out party here with that play. A little bit of South American pride with the intercamping method, missing early, getting the combo through the bulk of it. The big flowing pattern wiped out everybody else in the lobby, and the sole man to hold was Zimby coming out in a big way. 750k the score to beat for Florida in the final spinner, finishing it out for Team Florida, 1.6 million team score, and no slouch on the pick. One of Puerto Rico's better performing maps as a team, but it's just kind of swamped out by the depth that Florida can bring to the table. S. Dot as well, holding on during that first half. And the song is over. We're blessed.
Yeah. Oh my goodness. Yeah, back-to-back matches getting this map picked and having to yap over it's kind of rough, but you know, thankfully it's a short song, all things considered, and yeah, we go right into the free mod 2 here from Puerto Rico. It's a little concerning, but I do think, you just have to kind of throw all your hopes at this one pick here. You're at match point versus a team such as Florida who is firing on all cylinders and looking really, really comfortable and confident in all of the different picks that we've seen so far. We've seen mechanics, we've seen aim, we've seen gimmick in the Hard Rock 2 with the swing. This Florida team seemingly can do it all, and they do this speed, just raw 255 BPM shred.
Yeah, speaking with regards to pure shred players on this team, I don't know. I think other maps would have been better for skill set representation and for Puerto Rico to like potentially get like ease of access, if you will. This is a map that's hard to access, just it being 255 BPM break core. It's the accessibility here. There's like a few players per team that can play it, as opposed to something like a free mod 3 where it's low BPM ult and like there's some stacks in there, but you could put in some work and some practice to make some magic happen. But Puerto Rico putting all their eggs in this final basket, trying to get this point on the board against Florida, who's been looking oh so dominant in this matchup. We do see S. Dot leave the lobby for this one, but Izumi Zimbi assuming the position as well as their captain and notable tapping extraordinaire, MC Conqueror, looking to face off against Unexpected.
Yeah, and I do think that if this is going to be potentially the final pick for Puerto Rico, I do think that this is going to be one of their best chances that they have at winning this pick right here. Unexpected is in my mind going to have to put up a monster score, whether that's a full combo or not. I do think that is required from him at this point in order for Puerto Rico to get a point on the board. And I do desperately want Puerto Rico to get at least 1 point on the board versus this Florida team. We'll see, as the map has already gone through the solo section right into the shred. No misses. I take that back, actually. It's Tepi 20 going to be first to fall from Puerto Rico. So slight score advantage here for Florida. Does get traded out by MC Conqueror on the hidden, but Unexpected going to be dropping that Hard Rock. Is a little rough, but still going to be 1 FC on the side of Puerto Rico versus now 1 FC for Zimbi from Florida.
Yeah, and you're looking at the accuracy on a lot of these players. It's double 91s bottom row versus 97, 95, 96. Zone Lewis doing his best actually to put on the carry pan. I felt like he's considered a little bit more speed than I was anticipating, which is going to be quite nice for keeping this even, but it is just him so far versus Zimbi's FC. Zimbi, notably not a tapping player, not super confident on maps like this. Florida finding their fill players here. Unexpected, MC Conqueror, Izumi, all finding trades. Tepi 20 building up a little bit more recovery to help Puerto Rico with the combo lead, but it's just the accuracy making the difference now. As mentioned, this 91-92 holding strong for Puerto Rico needs to be matched by some of these 96s on the Floridian side. But Zimpi, you have to imagine, when will this comfort break for him? If it will lead to the Puerto Rican point, but unfortunately Zone Luis to find the break first. The shake too much. He understood that he was his job, and oh my god, it is going like crazy. That is heartbreaking.
That is truly heartbreaking to see that. And they knew that they had to hold. Unfortunately for them, finally Zimbi does end up dropping the full combo, but it's too little too late, and Florida is going to close this match out 5-0, completely sending Puerto Rico packing back home. We appreciate them coming around here once again. It's always a pleasure getting to see Puerto Rico in this tournament, as they are a part of the United States. So really awesome to see that they have a full 6-man roster here this year. So it's just unfortunate that they have to exit the tournament this early, but as is the case, Florida winning this one very handedly, looking really confident. really comfortable on some various skill sets, notably going to be the mechanics here from them. But I do believe that we still have an ongoing match between, what is it, Hawaii and Stateless or New Hampshire? What team is it? Hawaii and uh, say it if you
Kanzori.
know. Hawaii and
Kanzori.
Kanzuri. Yes, that's the one. And it's currently 2-1 here. Kanzuri leading with the score lead, so I do believe that we are gonna go over towards that stream here once we close this one out. But I do think that's the final match of tonight, or is there one more?
I do
I think
believe
is there
that
one more?
Oh,
There
there's
is
one
one
more.
more match. Yes.
Oh,
That is
Virginia
gonna
versus
be
Tennessee.
yep.
Yeah.
So that match will be happening at 3 UTC on either the A or the B stream. I think it's going to be on the A stream more than likely. So yeah, that's gonna do it for us. Anything else to say?
Yeah, it's gonna be Florida versus Oklahoma next weekend. Challenge just updated. Thank you to whichever god is making that happen at the moment. But Oklahoma, Florida is gonna be the match next weekend. I'm very excited to see it. CSPMO and Lights Out being the main two players there. Should be a classic mechanics versus aim powerhouse battle. But as for the Kanzuri Hawaii match, we're going to be sending you over there. We can't raid, unfortunately, so we'll be dropping the link in the chat. Feel free to give it a watch, and we will be seeing you all next time in about an hour for the next one.
Yeah, like,
Virginia, Tennessee.
20 some minutes.
Something like that. But
Yep.
bon voyage.
Go over to
Have
the
a
B
good one,
stream.
everyone.
Go B stream.
Go. Go. If
Go.
I don't see that view count going up, I'm going to find you.
All right, take care, guys.
どうして泣くの？でも